All right, you guys, happy Tuesday. Today we are reading chapter 12 of Charlotte's Web. We left off yesterday with chapter 11, which was a really fun chapter, I think. Word got around about Charlotte and her unique web that she spun that said some pig as part of her plan to save Wilbur. And the Zuckermans and Lurvy ended up finding that web. They made a huge deal about it, and now people are visiting the farm. And we ended chapter 11 with Charlotte's thoughts of Charlotte's trick was working and that Wilbur's life would be saved, but she found that the barn was not nearly as pleasant. There were too many people. She liked it better when it was just her and her friends in the barn. So we're starting on chapter 12, which is page 86. At the end of chapter 12 today, you guys are drawing an illustration of the chapter. That's it. We don't have to do any written work. I want to see some nice, beautiful artwork. It can be stick figures. You guys know I can't draw for my life, or it can be a lot more detailed. All right, so we are starting on page 86, chapter 12, and the title is A Meeting. One evening, a few days after the writing had appeared in Charlotte's Web, the spider called a meeting of all the animals in the barn cellar. "I shall begin by calling the roll. Wilbur?" "Here," said the pig. "Gander?" "Here, here, here," said the gander. "You sound like three ganders," muttered Charlotte. "Why can't you just say here? Why do you have to repeat everything?" "It's my idiosyncrasy," replied the gander. "Goose?" said Charlotte. "Here, here, here," said the goose. Charlotte glared at her. "Goslings 1 through 7. Beep, 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 said the goslings. "This is getting to be quite a meeting," said Charlotte. "Anybody would think we had 3 ganders, 3 geese, and 21 goslings." "Sheep?" "Here," answered the sheep altogether. "Lambs?" "Here," answered the lambs altogether. "Templeton?" No answer. "Templeton?" No answer. "Well, we're all here except the rat," said Charlotte. "I guess we can proceed without him. Now, all of you must have noticed what's been going on around here the last few days. The message I wrote in my web praising Wilbur has been received. The Zuckermans have fallen for it, and so has everyone else. Zuckerman thinks Wilbur is an unusual pig, and therefore he won't want to kill him and eat him. I dare say my trick will work, and Wilbur's life can be saved." "Hooray!" cried everybody. "Thank you very much," said Charlotte. "Now, I call this meeting in order to get suggestions. I need new ideas for the web. People are already getting sick of reading the words some pig. If anybody can think of another message or remark, I'll be glad to weave it into the web. Any suggestions for a new slogan?" "How about Pig Supreme?" asked one of the lambs. We're now on page 88, and we see the illustration of the meeting. "No good," said Charlotte. "It sounds like a rich dessert." "How about terrific, terrific, terrific?" asked the goose. Cut that down to one terrific, and it will do very nicely," said Charlotte. "I think terrific might impress Zuckerman." "But Charlotte," said Wilbur, "I'm not terrific." "That doesn't make a particle of difference," replied Charlotte. "Not a particle. People believe almost anything they see in print. Does anybody here know how to spell terrific?" "I think," said the gander, "it's T, double E, double R, double R, double I, double F, double E, double C, 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 C." What kind of an acrobat do you think I am?" said Charlotte in disgust. "I would have to have St. Vitus's dance to weave a word like that into my web." Sorry, said the gander. Then the oldest sheep spoke up. "I agree that there should be something new written in the web if Wilbur's life is to be saved. And if Charlotte needs help in finding words, I think she can get it from our friend Templeton. The rat visits the dump regularly and has access to old magazines. You can tear out bits of advertisements and bring them up here to the barn cellar so that Charlotte can have something to copy. Good idea, said Charlotte, but I'm not sure Templeton will be willing to help. You know how he is, always looking out for himself, never thinking of the other fellow. I bet I can get him to help, said the old sheep, page 90. I'll appeal to his baser instincts, of which he has plenty. Here he comes now. Everybody keep quiet while I put the matter up to him. The rat entered the barn the way he always did, creeping along close to the wall. What's up, he said, seeing the animals assembled. We're holding a director's meeting, replied the old sheep. Well, break it up, said Templeton. Meetings bore me. And the rat began to climb a rope that hung against the wall. Look, said the old sheep, next time you go to the dump, Templeton, bring back a clipping from a magazine. Charlotte needs new ideas so she can write messages in her web and save Wilbur's life. Let him die, said the rat. I should worry. I'm sorry. You'll worry, all right. When next winter comes, said the sheep, you'll worry, all right, on a 0 morning next January when Wilbur is dead and nobody comes down here with a nice pail of warm slops to pour into the trough. Wilbur's leftover food is your chief supply of food. Templeton, you know that. Wilbur's food is your food. Therefore, Wilbur's destiny and your destiny are closely linked. If Wilbur is killed and his trough stands empty day after day, you'll grow so thin we can look right through your stomach and see objects on the other side. Now I'm at the top of page 91. Templeton's whiskers quivered. Maybe you're right, he said gruffly. I'm making a trip to the dump tomorrow afternoon. I'll bring back a magazine clipping if I can find one. Thanks, said Charlotte. The meeting is now adjourned. I have a busy evening ahead of me. I've got to tear my wig apart and write terrific. Wilbur blushed. But I'm not terrific, Charlotte. I'm just an average pig. You're terrific as far as I'm concerned, replied Charlotte sweetly. And that's what counts. You're my best friend, and I think you're sensational. Now stop arguing and go get some sleep. So that was the end of chapter 12. We ended on page 91. So tomorrow we are going to read part of chapter 13. Today's assignment, you guys are drawing an illustration of what you think the meeting looked like. So think about the barn, think about all the different animals that were at that meeting, and give me an illustration. And again, it does not have to be anything crazy. Take a picture of it and send it to your teachers. I will see you guys tomorrow.